Welcome back to my channel, The Third Planet. Turning the tide, uniting against climate change for a greener tomorrow. In today's video, we dive deep into the pressing issue of climate change, exploring its causes, effects, and the inspiring efforts being made around the world to combat it. Let's get started.
Unveiling the climate change crisis, impact, efforts, and hope for tomorrow. In recent years, the term climate change has become increasingly prevalent in discussions worldwide. But what exactly is climate change? Simply put, it refers to long-term shifts in temperature, precipitation, and other atmospheric conditions on Earth. These changes are primarily driven by human activities, such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes, which release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The consequences of climate change are far-reaching and severe, affecting ecosystems, weather patterns, sea levels, and ultimately, the livelihoods of millions around the globe. Causes and effects of climate change. 1. Greenhouse gas emissions. The burning of fossil fuels for energy production and transportation is the largest contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, trapping heat in the atmosphere and leading to global warming. 2. Deforestation. Clearing forests for agriculture, logging, and urbanization reduces the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, exacerbating the greenhouse effect. 3. Melting ice caps. Rising temperatures cause glaciers and polar ice caps to melt, contributing to sea level rise and disrupting ocean currents. 4. Extreme weather events. Climate change intensifies weather phenomena such as hurricanes, droughts, floods, and heat waves, posing significant risks to human communities and ecosystems. 5. Loss of biodiversity. Changing climate conditions threaten the habitats and survival of numerous plant and animal species, leading to widespread biodiversity loss. Leading the charge. 10 countries taking action against climate change. 1. Sweden. Renowned for its commitment to renewable energy, Sweden aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2045 through investments in wind and solar power. 2. Costa Rica. With over 99% of its electricity generated from renewable sources, Costa Rica prioritizes conservation and sustainable development initiatives. 3. Denmark. A global leader in wind energy, Denmark aims to phase out fossil fuels entirely by 2050 and has implemented ambitious climate policies to reduce emissions. 4. Iceland. Leveraging its abundant geothermal resources, Iceland produces nearly 100% of its electricity from renewable sources and promotes carbon capture technologies. 5. Norway. Investing in electric vehicles and offshore wind farms, Norway leads the transition to sustainable transportation and renewable energy production. 6. Finland. Known for its innovative forest management practices, Finland pursues carbon neutrality by enhancing carbon sinks and reducing emissions from forestry and industry. 7. New Zealand. Committed to becoming carbon neutral by 2050, New Zealand promotes renewable energy adoption and sustainable agriculture practices. 8. Germany. A pioneer in solar energy, its Energiewende initiative aims to transition to a low-carbon economy and phase out nuclear power. 9. Bhutan. Prioritizing environmental conservation and carbon sequestration, Bhutan maintains a carbon-negative status by preserving its vast forest cover. 10. Canada. Investing in clean technology and carbon pricing mechanisms, Canada aims to surpass its emission reduction targets and transition to a green economy. Facing the brunt. 10 countries battling the impacts of climate change. 1. Bangladesh. Vulnerable to sea level rise and cyclones, Bangladesh experiences frequent flooding and agricultural disruptions, threatening food security and livelihoods. 2. Maldives. With much of its landmass situated just above sea level, the Maldives faces the existential threat of inundation and loss of habitable land due to rising seas. 3. Kiribati. As a low-lying island nation in the Pacific, Kiribati is particularly susceptible to saltwater intrusion, coral bleaching, and coastal erosion caused by climate change. 4. Nigeria. Extreme weather events and desertification in Nigeria exacerbate food and water scarcity, displacement, and conflicts over resources. 5. India. Facing heat waves, erratic monsoons, and glacial melt, India grapples with agricultural disruptions, water shortages, and public health challenges due to climate change. 6. Brazil. Deforestation in the Amazon rainforest accelerates climate change impacts, leading to biodiversity loss, droughts, and forest fires with far-reaching consequences. 7. Egypt. Dependence on the Nile River leaves Egypt to droughts, rising temperatures, and sea level rise threatening its coastal cities. 8. Indonesia. As an archipelagic nation, Indonesia contends with coastal inundation, coral reef degradation, and loss of biodiversity due to climate change. 9. Australia. Intensifying bushfires, heat waves, and coral bleaching events in Australia underscore the urgent need for climate action to protect ecosystems and communities. 10. Somalia. Susceptible to droughts, famine, and conflict exacerbated by climate change, Somalia faces humanitarian crises and displacement of vulnerable populations. Charting a sustainable future. Despite the daunting challenges posed by climate change, there is reason for hope. As global awareness grows, so too does the momentum for collective action. Governments, businesses, and individuals can contribute to mitigating climate change by adopting renewable energy, implementing energy efficiency measures, conserving natural resources, and supporting climate-resilient infrastructure. International cooperation and solidarity are essential in addressing the root causes of climate change and ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come. By working together, we can turn the tide against climate change and build a world that is safer, greener, and more resilient for all. 1. Global awareness and collective action. As more people around the world become aware of the severity of climate change, there is an increasing momentum for everyone to work together to address it. This means that countries, businesses, and individuals are joining forces to take action against climate change. 2. Government action. Governments have a crucial role to play in implementing policies and regulations that encourage the use of renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. They can also promote energy efficiency measures, such as improving building insulation and encouraging the use of energy-efficient appliances. Additionally, governments can enact laws to protect natural resources and ecosystems, such as forests and wetlands, which act as carbon sinks and help mitigate climate change. 3. Business engagement. Businesses can contribute to mitigating climate change by adopting sustainable practices within their operations. This includes reducing their reliance on fossil fuels, improving energy efficiency in manufacturing processes, and investing in renewable energy technologies. By doing so, businesses not only reduce their carbon footprint, but also demonstrate leadership in their industries and inspire others to follow suit. 4. Individual actions. Each person can make a difference in the fight against climate change through their daily choices and behaviors. This can include actions like using energy-efficient light bulbs, reducing water consumption, recycling, and choosing eco-friendly products. By making these small changes, individuals can collectively have a significant impact on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and conserving natural resources. 5. Supporting climate-resilient infrastructure. Investing in infrastructure that is resilient to the impacts of climate change is crucial for ensuring the safety and well-being of communities around the world. This includes building seawalls and levees to protect against sea level rise, designing urban areas to withstand extreme weather events like hurricanes and floods, and implementing sustainable agriculture practices to ensure food security in the face of changing climate conditions. Overall, by taking these actions together, we can make a meaningful difference in mitigating climate change and creating a more sustainable and resilient future for all.
Thank you for watching.